Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we really get into the details behind the stories using the source material we have right here.
Exactly. Peeling back the layers.
And today, we're focusing on a specific football match. It's the UEFA Nations League playoff, Germany versus France, June 8th, 2025.
Yeah, quite a clash. And we've got a decent stack of sources to work with, haven't we?
We do. We've got the live commentary feed, full match statistics, the team lineups, of course, and a summary of the key events.
So plenty to dig into.
Right. And the mission, as always, is to go beyond that final score, which was Germany 0, France 2, by the way. We want to unpack the key moments, player actions, the stats underneath, find those interesting bits the scoreline might hide.
Understand the how and the why behind the result, the texture of the game, not just the outcome.
Precisely. So let's set the scene first, based on what we've got. NHP Arena was the venue. Referee Gaman Kruzliak from Slovakia. The notes mention cloudy conditions initially. But the pitch,
Yeah.
fantastic condition.
Ah, good surface then. Usually means a faster game, allows for more technical play, doesn't it? No excuses there for misplaced passes.
Okay, let's dive straight into the match itself using that live commentary. Germany kicked things off.
Right.
And almost immediately, the possession stats tell a story. Germany had, well, a lot of the ball early.
Oh, yeah. Like how much?
Like 80% after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Still 76% at the 10-minute mark. Really dominant start in terms of keeping the ball.
Okay, so clearly a game plan to control possession, build from the back, maybe. But, possession doesn't always mean penetration. What were they actually doing with it?
They were trying. Definitely trying to create. The commentary flags chances within the first 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Karim Adeyemi, Nick Woltemy both forced saves out of Mike Magnon, the French keeper.
So Mignon called into action early. Good saves.
Team so. Plus, Germany had other attempts block Nicholas Füllkrug, Leon Goretzka, French defenders getting in the way.
Right, so France's defense holding firm despite that pressure. What about the other end? Was Ter Stegen busy for Germany?
He was, yeah. A bit later, maybe around 21 minutes, he saved from Rayan Cherki, and then a header from Loic Bade soon after that. So, yeah, both keepers had work to do early on.
Interesting. Now, something that commentary seems to really pick up on is the physical side of things. Lots of mentions of fouls, interceptions.
Oh, constantly. Loads of players named Gusto, Raum, Rabiot, Digne, Bade, Voltmade, Kolomwani, Kimmich, Ta, Thuram, Kof, Wirtz. Basically everyone getting involved defensively.
That suggests quite a battle, doesn't it? Maybe more than just standard challenges. Could be tactical fouling, high pressing, disrupting things. Points to real intensity, especially in midfield.
And it led to cards pretty quickly. Lucas Digne for France got a yellow at 12 minutes. Tactical foul, commentary says, pulled down Adeyemi, stopping a break.
Classic. Take one for the team foul. Stopping the counter.
Then David Raum for Germany got one at 29 minutes.
Yeah.
Pushing Kolomwani, apparently.
So both sides clearly wary of the other's pace on the break, using fouls to manage that threat.
Definitely. Then came, well, the first really big talking point. Around the 31st minute. Germany attacking, dangerous moment, and the ref points to the spot. Penalty. Magnon fouling Adeyemi. That's the initial call.
Wow. Huge chance for Germany then, especially after all that early possession. Could have changed the game.
I sense a but coming.
You sense correctly. VAR check. Play stops. Referee goes to the screen.
The dreaded walk.
And the decision.
Yeah.
Completely overturned. No penalty. Instead, the ruling was that Adeyemi dived.
Oof. That's brutal. So no penalty for Germany?
Worse. Adeyemi gets booked. Yellow card for simulation. That's at 35 minutes. A massive swing, like you said. The commentary even calls it controversial.
Yeah, you can imagine the reaction for penalty potentially putting Germany ahead to their player getting booked. Huge momentum shift against them.
Germany did try to respond, though. They didn't just fold. Florian Wirtz actually hit the post just a couple of minutes later, 37th minute.
So close. Woodwork denying them.
And Nick Woltmade forced another save from Mignon just before the break, around 44 minutes. They were still pushing, still creating openings. Knocking on the door, hitting the frame, but just couldn't get it over the line.
And then, well, football can be cruel, can't it? Deep into first half added time. 45+1.
Yeah.
France attack. Not loads of warning, according to the flow, but Aurelien Tchouameni plays the pass.
Tchouameni.
And Kylian Mbappé finishes it. Right foot, goal. Just like that.
Clinical. That's exactly the word. Germany has chances, hits the post, penalty overturned. France get one clear look right before halftime, and bang! Tchouameni to Mbappé. Lethal combination.
Made it 0-1 to France right on the halftime whistle.
A real sucker punch for Germany going into the break.
And interestingly, the halftime possession stats still showed Germany slightly ahead. 53% to France's 47%.
Which just underlines that point, doesn't it? Possession is one thing, but efficiency in front of goal, that's often what counts. France had it in that moment.
Right. Second half kicks off. Germany made a change straight away. Denise Ndov came on for Nick Woltemade.
Okay. Trying to freshen up the attack. Woltemade had that chance late in the first half, maybe looking for a different kind of threat.
And France.
Yeah.
Did they sit back or keep looking dangerous?
Oh, they kept looking dangerous. Mbappé had a shot wide early, 47th minute. Later on, Ter Stegen had to save from Marcus Thuram. That was around 70 minutes. Then Mbappé, again, a volley saved by Ter Stegen at 79 minutes. And the commentary even mentions a sitter for Mbappé that Ter Stegen saved at 82 minutes.
Wow, so Ter Stegen was really keeping Germany in the game during that period. France clearly finding ways through.
He definitely earned his keep in that second half. But then, another huge moment involving VAR.
Oh no, not again.
Yep. 53 minutes in, the substitute, Denise Ndov, scores for Germany.
It is.
Okay.
Equalizer. Finally, they get their goal. Redemption after the first half VAR call.
Hold on. Play stopped. Referee signals for VAR again.
You're kidding. What for this time?
Looking back at the build-up, checking for a potential foul, goal revoked, disallowed, the ruling. Nicholas Füllkrug was judged to have pushed Adrien Rabiot earlier in the move. 53 minutes on the clock when the foul supposedly happened.
Unbelievable. So that's twice Germany have the ball in the net. Effectively a penalty won. A goal scored, both wiped out by VAR. The frustration levels must have been through the roof.
You'd imagine so. And it seems like it boiled over directly onto the pitch.
How so?
Around the 60-minute mark, the commentary notes a stoppage, players pushing, shouting. Things got heated.
Right. I can see that happening after 2 disallowed goals.
And it led to immediate consequences. Just a minute later, 61 minutes, yellow cards dished out for violent conduct. Jonathan Tah for Germany, Lucas Hernandez for France.
Okay, so tempers definitely frayed there. Both sides involved.
Yeah. And after that, we saw a flurry of substitutions from both teams, trying to change things tactically, maybe calm things down, bring on fresh legs.
Who came on?
For Germany, Bischoff replaced Goretzka, Mittelstadt for Raum, Kerr for Gross, Gnabry for Adeyemi. For France, Du replaced Kolomuani, Olise for Turkey, Kohn for Tchouaméni, and Guendouzi for Thuram.
Lots of changes then. Coach is trying everything.
But it was France who found the decisive goal, 84 minutes.
Not Germany pushing for an equalizer.
Nope. France attack again. And guess who's involved in the assist?
Let me guess. Mbappé.
You got it. Mbappé sets it up, and Michael Olise, the substitute, scores. Commentary describes it as an easy finish. Tap in, right foot.
Easy finish. How did that come about?
The commentary is quite specific here. It says the goal followed a bad execution by Germany's Robin Koch.
So a defensive mistake punished. Again, that clinical edge from France.
Exactly. Capitalizing on the error. That made it 0-2. Game pretty much sealed then, you'd think.
Did Germany try anything late on?
They did. 6 minutes of added time were announced. They pushed. Ndov had a couple of efforts wide right at the end, 90th and 96th minute. Füllkrug was flagged offside too, but France held firm.
Yeah, defense managed it well. Players like Loic Bade, Matteo Guendouzi mentioned for interceptions, clearing crosses. Saw the game out.
And that was that. Full-time whistle, Germany 0, France 2.
A scoreline that, well, feels shaped massively by those key moments, doesn't it? The VAR calls, the timing of the first goal, the mistake for the second. Absolutely. And looking at the final match stats gives us maybe another angle on it. Let's run through those quickly.
Okay.
Shots on target. Germany 6, France 8. So France tested the keeper slightly more.
Yeah.
Shots off target. Germany 7, France 5. Germany slightly more wasteful there, maybe. But here's a big one. Blocked shots. Germany had 7 shots blocked. France only 2.
7 blocked shots. That's significant. It really backs up that idea of France defending deep, getting bodies in the way, perhaps forcing Germany to shoot through traffic.
Yeah, seems likely. Possession, as we said, finished 55% for Germany, 45% for France.
Yeah.
So Germany did edge the overall possession battle.
More ball, but fewer clear chances getting through, maybe.
Corner kicks, too. Germany 9, France 6. More corners for Germany often comes with more pressure and territory.
Again, suggests Germany were pushing, getting into crossing positions, but France dealt with it.
Offsides. Germany 4, France 1.
Could suggest a well-drilled French defensive line catching attackers out. Or maybe slightly mistimed German runs.
Fouls. Germany 11, France 7. And yellow cards. Germany 3, France 2. More fouls, more cards for Germany.
Ties back to that physicality. The frustration maybe after the VAR calls fits the narrative from the commentary.
Throw-ins were 14-11 to Germany. Crosses another big difference. Germany 27, France 10.
27 crosses, wow. Compared to just 10 for France. Germany clearly trying to get the ball wide and deliver it in, but again, maybe France are set up to handle that.
And finally, goalkeeper saves. This is interesting. Both keepers, Ter Stegen for Germany, Mignon for France, made 6 saves each.
Equal number of saves. That is interesting. Despite France scoring twice and having fewer shots blocked, Ter Stegen still had to make as many saves as Mignon. Tells you France still created significant threat when they did get shots away.
Yeah, he stopped it being worse for Germany, and Mignon matched him at the other end. Both keepers were busy.
So putting it all together, the commentary, the flow, the stats,
Right.
Germany had more ball, more corners, way more crosses, lots of shots blocked. But France had more shots on target, were incredibly clinical with their key chances, benefited from VAR calls, and punished a defensive error.
It really paints that picture of efficiency versus, well, maybe slightly less effective dominance, right? France took their moments. Germany, despite their efforts, didn't or couldn't, thanks to blocks, saves, and VAR.
Yeah, and the quality of the assists and finishes for France's goals, Tchouaméni, Mbappé, Olise, that star quality making the difference in those crucial moments.
It's a classic football story in some ways. Control doesn't always mean victory. Execution is key.
Definitely.
So let's leave you with this thought, just drawing from what we've discussed in the data here. Given Germany had more possession overall, way more corners, and their keeper made the exact same number of saves as France's, what does that 0-2 final score really tell us about what truly wins football matches at the highest level? Is it control, or is it that ruthless efficiency in front of goal?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.